There are leaders in the neighborhood that don't identify themselves as leaders, that have really stepped up to the plate and done some phenomenal things in the community.
TRIP doesn't even think of itself just as a housing organization any longer. We really see ourselves as a community development organization. One of the core components of neighborhoods is community and the people who live there.
There's so many small things that's happening within our community today that is much brighter than it was, say, 5 years ago.
Say yeah, oh yeah.
But when we come together, we become one.
Say yeah, oh yeah.
City councilman, I love it, I love it.
Say yeah, oh yeah. Say yeah.
Welcome to this year's CLI TRIP team. We are going to Sacramento, California. We're part of a national network through NeighborWorks America, whose goal is to revitalize neighborhoods through small not-for-profits like TRIPs. They put on these annual Community Leadership Institutes, which we refer to as the CLIs. And they invite the different NeighborWorks organizations like TRIP to bring a team of residents and staff, if they want, with them. Once in a while, you come across somebody who's just really inspirational. When I heard James Mabin talk about his neighborhood and what was important to him, and it was so clear to me then that this guy was so passionate about his neighborhood. He had great ideas about his neighborhood. He really understood how to make things happen and how people can take their own actions to make change.
When I went the first time to Kansas City, I didn't know what to expect or what I was expected from my community or what I could do for my community. But after getting there and then meeting people and then finding out that we all had the same thing in common, I learned so much. And I probably would never have done this if Davia had not. Let's go, chick. Let's go. It just makes your heart feel good. Even if I don't get to go next year, I can't wait for the next CLI team to come back so that I can get with them to see what their experiences is, and then for them to come back with some new knowledge for us to help my neighborhood become better.
We think great things can happen. We've seen great things happen when people get involved, when people are responsible and take responsibility and are accountable. And there's really no shortage to the kind of organizing projects that's happened around the city with some of the community building that's been going on.
And I was living here for years, never went to one of the neighborhood meetings. And next thing you know, I got involved, and then through the help of TRIP, me and you and 5 other people from our neighborhood got a chance to go to Kansas City, which blew me away. I never knew that there were so many people from so many different states doing the same thing that we were doing. I couldn't wait to come back home to see what I could do, or we could do, to change this neighborhood. And since Kansas City, our block has blossomed.
One of the things that happened in the community that I think is really simple but really powerful is the whole flower box contest, where something as simple as a little flower box brought people together.
In the beginning, we didn't know how many people really wanted a flower box, but at the end, once a couple of people seen that they had flower boxes, it was like, hey, how can I get one? And we have it from one end of 9th Street all the way to the other end. Not just 9th Street, but 8th Street and 10th Street. Tenants are just being more proud. They're cleaning up in front of their house. And you can't ask for no more than that. For inner city kids, things like a community garden is excellent. I think it's one of the most positive things that we can teach our children. This community garden has really vitalized the neighborhood, and it's well kept. It's maintained. We don't have no problems. This couldn't have all started without TRIP. Anything that we have, if we can ask them, they'll help us out.
So everything is well. I love it.
When we grew up, we had it good. We had it real good. And then after we left, more or less since 1980, a lot of things here changed.
I remember coming here, and your mom babysitting me. Remember those days?
Yeah, I remember.
Remember those days with the unity was with the adults, families. There was a unity here.
Yeah.
And this is what you're telling me you're bringing back out here to the community. What is your biggest battle on the streets here?
My biggest battle is actually the positive things that we can give to the youth. The leadership itself, from being within the neighborhood association, and then come back from Kansas City, it inspired me to want to do something different.
Watchdogs, Dads of Great Students, is an excellent example of some of the great things that have come out of CLI.
Right now I'm standing in front of School 2, along with some fellow members of a program which was started called the Watchdogs, where we get fathers, grandfathers, uncles, just men who have children who go to this school, and to give back, because we don't have a lot of positive men, I feel, giving back to their kids. This is one small thing that we can do to let them know that we are involved in what they're doing. So some of us dads, it might not mean a lot, but to the kids, it means so much. Their education is very important to us. I even have churches now who have men from other churches asking me, what can we do to help the dogs? I've got some men from National Grid who would like to come over and help you, or what kind of donations can we give? That to me, I'm getting ready to get emotional now.
It's good to have the dogs. You know, I mean, it's such a positive impact on our youth. And without James and the principal here, this wouldn't happen. We're fortunate that they really believe in us and believe in our children, and they want to support us. This is my brother right here.
A lot of images today goes on the men's. It's not the women's that the community are looking at. They're looking at the men's. And what are the men's doing in the community?
Tell me when to wake up. I wanna
With this
know.
gospel group, the Heavenly Layman's, we are shown that we can be good role models.
Some things we can't change. Tell me when we gonna wake up.
On this block right here, this whole 9th Street block, there were so many good musicians. They used to have block parties up here on 9th Street where the musicians would come out with their bands, their horns and everything. And this is how we got it started. We got started by other ones who were influenced us. They gave us good spirit and said, hey, you know, you guys can do this too. See, that's what he's doing up here now, is setting good examples. Being a good role model is not just being the person who speaks it, but you got to show by your actions too. And I commend my brother Chick here for what he does up here on 9th Street, in this little community area. I commend Trip for being such a big part. And I just want to thank them just for allowing me to be a part of this beautiful, beautiful thing that's really going on.
It's an exciting event, and really Trip appreciates the time that you guys are taking to do this.
I just, commend Trip for really providing an opportunity for the residents to participate in something like this, because a lot of the residents, they wouldn't be able to fly to Orlando or Kansas or what have you to get training. I mean, they're living day to day. So this is a really great opportunity for people that may not identify themselves as leaders to really get the development that they potentially have to really, do some great things in the neighborhood, and we've seen that. This is my 3rd year going as the team leader. One of the things Chick brought out was that everybody has their own skill, so it's going to be really exciting to see what comes out of this as far as action plans and who's going to step up and do what. So each team is different.
The community has been waiting for change. Now it's a collaborative of everyone coming together. We're all shooting for the same goals, and that's what's happening in our neighborhood, and I think it's excellent. It's not Trip doing the work. The community does the work. It's just not about their tenants. They're about community. They're about saving lives, and that's what I'm about. And I think that's the most positive, excellent thing that could be happening within my neighborhood. And until mine is up to par, then I'm never gonna stop. I'll probably die just trying to give as much as I can, until my son takes over. Then maybe I can sit back a little bit.
Some things we can't change. Amen. There's some things we can't change.